We are learning more about the Saturday night shooting of a woman in Chippewa Falls that is being treated as an attempted homicide.
The suspect, Joshua Mogo, has his first court appearance today. Julia Lopez was there. What can she tell us?
Keith, Shannon, I was in the courtroom and talked to Chippewa Falls Police Chief Matt Kelm beforehand and learned there were multiple instances of violence that led up to this weekend's shooting. 31-year-old Joshua Mogo of Chippewa Falls was arrested Saturday on suspicion of the attempted homicide of his ex-girlfriend.
A female had reported she had been shot in the abdomen by an ex-boyfriend.
Chief Kelm says officers got the call just before 8:30 p.m. By the time they got to the scene, the shooter had fled. A multi-agency search ensued involving canine units and electronic resources. But at 10:30 p.m.,
he did contact dispatch himself from Pizza Hut, advising he wanted to turn himself in.
In court on Tuesday, it was revealed this was far from his first run-in with law enforcement.
He's had prior calls, including violent calls with the police department.
The defendant actually has a history leading up till today.
In 2015, Mogo was convicted of kidnapping his son while on a supervised visit. An Amber Alert was activated and he was arrested that same day. Upon arrest, Mogo told officers that next time he wouldn't get caught. District Attorney Wade Newell says trying to take that same boy again is what led to the shooting on Saturday.
Defendant was demanding to be able to leave with his son.
Newell says Mogo entered the home and pointed a gun at his ex-girlfriend and her roommate. He says that roommate took Mogo's son and 2 other children to safety, and Mogo then pulled the trigger. And just weeks earlier, he was charged with 9 counts, including domestic abuse and criminal damage to property, for attempting to break into his ex-girlfriend's house. She told police she feared for the safety of her and her son. She filed for and was granted a restraining order after that incident. But for those 9 counts, Mogo was released after posting a $500 cash bond. This time, Mogo is held on a $1 million cash bond.
I'll release the defendant on a $1 million cash bond. Must have no contact with the victim or her children.
The victim is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Newell said Mogo has no regard for his ex-girlfriend or his son, adding Mogo was laughing as he described the shooting to officers. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Julia. Police are recommending Mogo be charged with 2 counts of attempted homicide and 6 other charges, including felon in possession of a firearm and violating a restraining order.
He'll be back in court next Tuesday.